Okay, so I'm back out in the Berkshires for the next couple of days, checking trail cameras that I have out here. I think I've got 8 trail cameras I have to check, so this is definitely going to be a 2-part video. Right now I'm in the location where I put the trail camera on the rock wall, the thicket, and on the edge of a bedding area. So I'm heading to the rock wall first, and then I'll make my way back to the one along the bedding area, and then the thicket up here. Should have some good stuff on these cameras. Hoping to get some turkeys, maybe moose or something on there. But I'll see you at the first camera, unless I see some wildlife on the way. All right, see the camera already. It's right here. I'm walking down a game trail that's been used recently, so there better be something on this one. There it is, right there. All right, show you guys what was on this one now. This camera had a bunch of good videos on it, finally. All right, so that's 3 of 8. I'm gonna be checking 2 more today and 3 tomorrow. So probably won't all be one video still, but the 2 videos will just be shorter. That's all right. But just gonna pat down a bunch of this brush so that wind doesn't set this camera off, which it doesn't seem like it really has, but just in case it starts to, pat it all down. So the next camera that I'm going to is on a field path between 2 bigger fields. I haven't had a camera in this spot before, but I'm imagining that animals go from one field to the other on this path, so we shall see. But I'll see you guys when I head there. All right, camera's still there. Oh, some brush grew up in front of it, so we'll see how that went. Show you guys what was on this one now. Alright, camera is cleared and reset. Unfortunately, it only lasted about a month before the branch got in the way and ruined the whole thing. But it's got it set up now again. Cleared out those branches, so shouldn't happen again. But just walking down the path here, there's a big fresh bear scat. It's only 10-15 yards from being in front of the camera, so hopefully he sticks around. But I'm gonna continue on. Have one more to check down in the swamp. Oh yeah, look at this. The bear that made that poop. Yeah, you can see it, all the scuff marks from his feet. When black bears are in the breeding season, I don't know if you've ever seen videos of them during the spring, but the big boars will like stomp their feet into the ground. Pretty sure that's what that is. Him stomping his feet into the ground and waddling away. That's pretty cool. That's a big bear, that's for sure. Big bear. Wouldn't want to run into him out of season. But anyway, gonna continue on. So, see you guys down in that swamp. Jasmine's right on the trail where the deer cross. Well, where I am. It's right there on the tree. So, I'll show you guys what was on this one now. Alright, so here's camera number 7 for the trip. I don't know if you can see it back there. I think it's on this tree right here. The trail coming out into this field here. So, show you guys what was on this camera now. Alright, not bad. I actually did better than I thought it was going to. But I am going to move this one. I have a couple ideas on where I want to put it. One of them's on the trail that, if you guys have watched the videos from last year, there were a bunch of moose there. So I'm thinking that might be where I end up putting it. But there's also a beaver mudslide that I might be putting it on. I'm not too sure. I'll probably end up putting it where the moose are. But alright, I'm going to be heading to the buck bed now. This is the one that, if you guys have watched in previous years, a whole bunch of nice big mature bucks like to hang out here during the summer. I did move the camera to a different trail in the buck bed, so I'm going to be curious to see if there's more or less activity on this trail versus the one it typically is on. But I'll see you guys when I get there. Alright, just climbed up from the creek way down below me here. Trail camera's right here on this tree. So, show you guys what was on it now. Alright, well, not as much activity on this camera as I would have thought there would have been. So, probably just going to move it back down to where it originally was. Maybe change the tree and the angle it's facing the trail that it's been on. Because one of the main problems I had with it down there is that most of the animal activity walked through a lot of this thick greenery. So you can never actually see them, only when they were in front of it, obviously. But it's time to head to the beaver dam. So, see you guys up there. Well, I'm back home now. Had a lot of good stuff on those cameras. Had the three-legged bear, which is a first for me. Had the three-legged coyote and the tailless coyote, both of which have made appearances in the past. And had that white-winged white-tailed turkey, which is really cool. And you might be wondering, what about the beaver dam videos? There were so many videos on that camera itself that that's going to be a video in itself. So that's going to be part 2. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys all in part 2.